From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Today, an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off and running from Ford Field. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
On the ready.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Go.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. And this defense is firing to begin the season, huh? Great play to get him behind the line.
He was taken down behind a loss of a yard. Brings up second.
Out of the gun, it's Milton.
At the 34-yard line.
Has a man downfield. It's Laporta. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40.
26 yards. That's good for a Lions.
60 by 60
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
19 tight. 19 tight. Warriors 70. Let go.
Here's Milton, 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Incomplete.
Went for that big shot. They wanted to get that highlight the first time they touched the football.
Yeah, this group likes to be aggressive. An early incompletion's not going to deter them. Sharpshooters, they don't stop shooting threes because of one brick, and they won't stop pushing this ball down the field either.
From the 40, here comes 2nd and 10.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Say, hey, 18, Viking, 18.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Cowboy 80. Seven Pirates.
3rd and long for him here. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Offense in a hurry up here.
It's a gain of 18. And the Lions first down.
Now Milton to throw. And he will score. Touchdown Detroit. The Lions take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. But Leslie tacks on the extra point. And the Lions take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1.
Buccaneers, nothing. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. Making some progress here. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Their own 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he has it. right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short.
10 yards.
They get an even 10 on that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Lions are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
So they fire for the end zone on first down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, third and goal.
Come on, set, ready.
Milton. On the move, headed right. And it's incomplete on third and goal. So a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got 4th and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen when these O-linemen run off the sidelines, big fellas. They're not going to be too happy about not putting one run on the board.
No, sir.
How about that? He gets to add a field goal to his extra point. And 2 series in, he knows he's played a big role in this one.
Fox now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. We give to Irving to start this drive. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's hit just before he can pick up that first. So 3rd and short coming up from the 33. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. Mayfield throwing on 4th. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's an 8-yard gain. A great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving. like you always say, right back to work for him, getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game, and you never want to punish the quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce. No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was, how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical, and that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Baker. He's got Emeka Egbuka. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Irvin here from the gun. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Here's Baker. Dumped off to his running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
And a Buccaneer first down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. Shoves him off. Hits his running back. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Bucs have the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down, here's Baker. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers reach pay dirt for the first time this game. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after.
McLaughlin lining up for the point after.
The point after splits the upright. And the Buccaneers cut it to a field goal game.
Buccaneers 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. To throw, Milton. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They've got 2nd and 7 to start.
Like Buffalo 18. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Milton back to throw. Reporter pulls it in along the sideline. And no gain after the catch, but the gain's still out across midfield. They're to the 45.
That's good.
The big play, and that's him 17 yards. And the Lions have a first down.
At the 45-yard line.
On the set. Ready, top 19, 70 Timberwolves.
Throwing now, Milton. That's caught, he found some space. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions making a 9-point advantage. Connor Leslie now to add the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Baker now from the gun. That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
It's a gain of 10.
And just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Finds him over the middle. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now. They need 7. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. It's complete. This is Egbuka. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Working quickly here.
15 yards. And a first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Once more, it's Mayfield. Out left, and Otton makes the grab. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down throw here, Mayfield. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Right side, this is Egbuka. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
All right, they need 7 here on 3rd down on what is the 9th play of this drive. Baker throwing again. Chased out to his right. And he finds him in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers face a 4-point deficit. Mike Evans with the touchdown. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers cut it to a field goal game.
Buccaneers 14. Chase McLaughlin to kick
Ball is
off
set
for
up and
Buccaneers.
it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a
At their own
touchback.
35-yard line.
On the ready.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
79 Broncos.
Out of the gun, it's Milton. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for second.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Viking 18, cut 19, cut 19.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. Has him on the quick hitter. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards. Now, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. The Lions leading here at Ford Field. Got to figure out this 3rd down here.
Here we go, set. 19, cut, Buffalo 18.
3rd and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up 4th and long. He'll get it at the 9. And finally, they're able to corral him, but not before he gets a hefty amount on that return.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
Throwing again is Baker. Short pass brought in. Racing down the left side. And he won't be able to take it all the way. Got close, though. Out of bounds just shy of that 10-yard line. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. And the defender comes away with it. And the Lions are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Milton. Finds the in route complete. And they're on him right near the catch point as he gets this to the 24-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. And the Lions
70
first
Rangers,
down.
70 Rangers.
First and 10 at the 20.
Here's Milton, first and 10. Checking this one down. It's Blue. And he's going to be touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up second and 9 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. Pass is caught by Blue. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Let's go now.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. Get some space around midfield. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Lions have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He's going to throw it again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it's going to be second down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
From the 40, here comes second and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Sticking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Here he goes, third and long. Going deep here for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Buccaneers will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
Well, they're in danger going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
Mayfield on first and 10. Finds Ibuka. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
The timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their third. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Second down now, 7 to go. Mayfield now from the gun. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Denzel Ward makes the play. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Detroit. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme six.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. After the pick, here's Mayfield again. He's going deep this time. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Trying to find Mike Evans with that throw. And it sets up second down. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
Bucks to the line. First and 10. They fake the handoff. Now it's Mayfield. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
After the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. From the gun, Mayfield. Finds him over the middle. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's made left side by Abuka. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. Second down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Throwing now on third and 2. It's complete. This is Abuka. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. It's a 29-yard gain. And the Bucks have the first.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Cut near the goal line. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Mike Evans with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10.
Viking 18. 60 Vikes.
Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. So call it a half dozen on that run block. It's second down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a pickup of 6.
Throwing now, Milton. Hits his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offensive line fast.
It's a gain of 8. And the Lions first down.
Viking 18.
First and 10 at the 49.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it inside inside the 10. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game. Fox now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down throw here. Mayfield. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Completed to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Baker now from the gun. That's Evans making the catch outright. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He just gets down inside the 35-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing again, it's Mayfield. This finds Austin complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
Once more, it's Mayfield. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Mayfield to throw again. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they've made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
All right, looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on fourth. Baker throwing again. Got a man. This is Evans. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Mike Evans with the touchdown. His third through the air this game. That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers cut it to a field goal game. All is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10.
Lions. Check, 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 check. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Out of the gun, it's Milton. Has a man downfield, it's Laporta. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
60 Bison.
On his own read, they hand it to Blue. They call that one a gain of, let's say, 2 yards at second down. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions lengthen the lead at the end of the third. But Leslie's extra point is up and good. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game.
Buccaneers 28. Jack Fox.
Fox now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Another try from the 25. It's second and 10. Throwing again is Baker. Irving hauls it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. All plays on the table here for third and 3. Mayfield now from the gun. Completed over the middle. We got the football cross, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker. Fourth down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here. He connects downfield. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. They left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the results. A big gain, 15 yards, and a fresh set of downs, too. Sticking in the air, here's Mayfield. Buys time, rolling right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Tried getting it to Emeka Egbuka. And now they face second down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. From the gun, Mayfield escapes the pocket. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. It's complete. This is Egbuka. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Bucs have the first. All set to go now from the 35.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Motion the tight end over. First down, here's Baker. Hits his running back. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
First down, looking to throw. Mayfield. Getting out to his left. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Baker out of the pistol. Forced out to his right. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be second and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual-threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here in the red zone, but the defense rises to the occasion.
That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. All right, so defensively you've seen two throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on third and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find six.
Irving on third and goal. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Buccaneers make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. And now for the point after, and crucially to bring things within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the fourth.
Buccaneers 35.
So we're down to a 3-point game, and now gonna try to get it back in pursuit of a game-tying field goal. And no luck, the Lions there to recover.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Go! Pass the 60, pass the 60. Mustang 19. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. Finds him on the crossing route. And he stopped at the spot he made the catch. So give him, looks like the 27 on that completion. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that is good for Detroit first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready. Ready.
On the give, it's Blue. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And the Lions have a first down.
That's another
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions only up by a few. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
Come on, come on. Hey. Cougar 19. 18 Cardinal.
Up the middle, Blue. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. They're going to pass it here. Brought in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Looking to throw. That's Laporta again. And they don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that first. It's 4th down now. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Just about a yard to the marker, so they're going to take the risk and go for this.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Trap 60, trap 60. 70, count to 11, count to 11.
He'll look to throw it. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. But Leslie tacks on the extra point. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game.
45. Buccaneers 35. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Austin's there to haul it in. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. 1st down throw here. Mayfield. Finds him over the middle. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. 2nd down, looking for options. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So they're going to take their shot now, making things a 1-score game. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. Kicked well, and this is good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
So they take the field goal right there, Kate. That's the right play. I think you've got to make that decision, especially with no timeouts left. But now comes the critical kick. I think an onside kick is coming right here.
And this is brought in by the Lions. That should be enough to secure them this win.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Line up the design keeper. So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.